Hey, good morning, my crypto and Bitcoin friends. This is Srini Dadi from Dadi Crypto. Today is Monday, September 11th, about 7:30 uh, Pacific time. So, quick update from the weekend and from early this morning. Uh, so, the market is kind of reacting to all the news that's coming out of China, and we'll look at some charts and pricing. Uh, Basically, there is different interpretations of what China is talking about, uh, and Bitcoin and all the other coins have been reacting to it. Uh, from what I gathered, China was ICOs. Uh, there's no concrete news about banning Bitcoin exchanges, but I think some of the mainstream media is interpreting it that way, and and there is some selling pressure. It seems like uh, the news is being digested, and then we see an uptrend earlier this morning. Okay, so with that said, let me share my screen, and I will go through the different prices and updates. Okay, so again, you're at my site, which you are probably familiar with, Daddy Cryptos. You come in here, dadicrypto.com. Okay, I update it pretty frequently with all the latest information that I feel is relevant to this group. Okay. Um, Again, the contact information, some videos, my BTC wallet, uh, like like any donations. Uh, we'll plan to give some giveaways. Okay, those enough donations. Um, so so here is the trend of Bitcoin from earlier this morning. This is an hour old. At the end of the show, we'll cover the latest. Uh, so it was around 3,665, roughly around 7:30 uh, yesterday evening. So most of the day yesterday it was around 4,300. But there was this then the news that came out that was uh, about the Chinese exchanges, and that brought it down to about 4,200. And and since then it's been hovering around this 4,200 mark. Okay, so same goes to Litecoin. It was around 71. It hit a nice had a nice gain uh, till about 7 8 p.m. and then it took this sell off similar to Bitcoin. And again, Bitcoin, as we all know, is the leading indicator of all these coins. And Litecoin, Ethereum, and all the altcoins are lagging indicators. They all depend on Bitcoin pricing. Okay, so it's around the 68 mark. Um, Ethereum, same thing, same pattern. Okay, it was around 307, 308, came down to little under 290, but then stabilized around this 295. Here's the top performance. I know this is a night chat. I would like you to go to the site and look at all these in greater detail. I did it by top performance, uh, meaning in the 24 hours, which grew the most. It seems like Ripple was up by about 8% at 21 cents, Litecoin 5%. And again, this is from Bitfinex. This is one of the leading exchanges in Asia. It's based out of Hong Kong. Okay, feel free to go through this. Most of the coins are in green with respect to the prior day, but as you know, took a hit in the last few days. Okay, um, this is the top 10 US charts. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin in terms of volumes, and also good to see that they're almost in green. Okay, this is more in the volumes. What I did today is I covered some international markets, and this chart is showing the Indian crypto market. In India, only 3 coins are sold: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. So in terms of Indian rupees, this is close to 300,000 rupees, which is called 3 lakhs. As you can see, it took a slight hit. Ethereum is at 21,000 rupees, about 2% up, and Ripple is at 15 rupees, which is 3% up. And here is the Chinese top 10. So Bitcoin, followed by Litecoin, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, Lisk, Dodge, and then Ripple. So some of the coins that you traditionally see are not as much in circulation in China. It seems like the top 3 are there no matter where you are, meaning the Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. For some reason, India hasn't got into Litecoin yet. So when I visit India pretty soon, actually I'll be visiting China and India later this week. I will try to figure out what's going on in the Indian market like. I'll talk to folks there. Okay. Korean top 10, Ethereum is the number 1 in Korea, followed by Bitcoin Cash, BTC, and Litecoin. Ethereum Classic, Ripple, Monero, and Dash. Okay, Japanese, Bitcoin, followed by XCM. I think this is Monaco. I have to double check. I'm not too familiar with this. No, this is Monaco. Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. I'm not sure what this is. This is probably very local to Japan. Paper Cash, XCP, probably. All these coins seem very local to Japanese market. As you know, there are over 900 coins. Okay. The market cap, this is an eye chart. I would encourage you to look at this more closer. Okay. It shows you how the market cap is. It's coming down a bit, but Bitcoin is still up 70 billion and Ethereum at 68 billion. Sorry, Ethereum at 28 and Bitcoin at 70. So some relevant news articles. Koreans ruled out against anything to do with regulations against Bitcoin. I think the police there seized someone with few Bitcoins, and the South Korean law court said it was illegitimate. That's a good news. So basically in South Korea, I don't think anyone can confiscate the cryptos, especially the Bitcoin. Okay, which is good news for the Bitcoin and cryptos in general. And some of you asked about does Bitcoin, is there any Bitcoin IRA? And here's the information on Bitcoin IRA. I did reach out to these guys, bitcoinira.com. I downloaded their documentation. Time permitting, I will look at it. It started with Bitcoin, but then now they've added Litecoin, Ethereum, and Ripple to its portfolio. So this is something I think we should closely look at. Not all IRA providers provide this, but we have to see what's the process to enroll in this. Okay, if I learn anything new, I will let you guys know. And if you guys know anything, leave me a comment or let me know so we can share it with our other members. and followers. As you can see, there was a lot of fake news about Bitcoin and exchanges in China. I think it was misinterpreted. There wasn't any official statement about the exchanges. I think it was misinterpreted. It was an absolute hoax based on all these articles that we are reading. So China never had plans to ban any cryptocurrencies, let alone exchanges. All the exchanges are still continuing to work, and there's no press release or anything from the Chinese exchanges. So the mainstream media is catching on to this fake news and circulating around, causing a lot of price sell-offs. Okay. More positive news: Microsoft is in the blockchain. It created Azure Console. Azure is the cloud platform where it hosts the databases and the apps platform as service, and it is looking closely into the blockchain, which is a very good news. Right? And it will be using the distributed ledgers for its consumers and customers to build blockchain apps. In this I covered. This is one more example of where Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, these came up with that article when the price crashed yesterday. This came around that same time, around 8 p.m. yesterday evening. That led to, so they say there's a claim Bitcoin exchange crackdown in China, but as you can read here, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, they just cited unnamed sources. Actually, it was just some Google, somebody talking about it in Google, and they took it as accurate information. And we all know that mainstream media is not necessarily giving all the information about cryptos and bitcoins. So, other news: Russian finance minister says that there's no point in prohibiting cryptos, which is extremely positive news for cryptos. Russia wants to regulate the use of cryptocurrencies by 2017. They don't want to ban it, but just put some order around the trading. Okay. So that's kind of the highlights. The other news, time permitting, I thought some of these videos are very interesting. I was looking at some videos from India on how India is using the Bitcoin, because India is a big market. There are a few regulations here and there. So feel free to browse this video. And here is, I did a lot of research on China, exchanged some few notes. Everyone's really talking about partial bans on ICO in China. So this is the Chinese news live. They only talked about, and it's in English, feel free to look at these two. They only talked about partial ban, 6 months ban on ICOs. And the mainstream media, I think, misinterpreted that. I don't think they looked at it closely. So look at this China live interview. There's a Deloitte consultant, so it's a very good interview, all in English. I've reviewed that. There's not much discussion about exchanges. It was only that ICOs will be banned temporarily for 6 months till they figure out how to provide better transparency and trading, so the consumers in China are not hit. As you know, China is big into ICOs. Most people that trade do not necessarily know what all these ICOs do, so they end up getting ripped off. And that's what I think China is trying to ban or oversee, which in a way is extremely good because there's some regulations to safeguard the consumers in China. I think it's a good thing. But I think the news from China is misinterpreted by mainstream news, and that's causing some grief and sell-off. Okay, and those of you that are into gold and silver, I put some gold spot price and silver spot price. As you can see, gold and silver are also going up. Gold is now around 1350 without the premium. These are the spot prices, and silver is around 18. So which is good. finally good to see some appreciation in the gold and silver prices. Okay, that's kind of where things are. Let's quickly look at the um, uh, live prices of how's Bitcoin right now. So Bitcoin trading at 24251. So it's uh, it's gone up. Very nice candles here. Let's see the 5 minutes candles. So around the 6 a.m. I think this was a good buying price. So those of you that have been following me closely yesterday and the day before, I've been telling you this. Anytime it touches 4,200 or below, that's an excellent time to buy and consolidate, because there is a lot of support at those levels. And as you can see, it's a nice candle, upward movement about from 4,200 all the way to 4,260, so $61, $62. And right now it's around this 4,260 range. Okay, so it's gone up 2% in the last. Uh, you want to make sure that anytime it's here, it's still a good price to buy, because the trend is still bullish. Ethereum is also again Bitcoin is the leading indicator. Ethereum did the same thing, so it jumped from 294 to 299, $5, and it's also up by 2%. Okay, and let's see if Litecoin did the same. Yes, Litecoin also did the same. It jumped from 67 to 69, $2. So Litecoin has a lot of potential. I've always been telling that Bitcoin is gold and Litecoin is the silver. Some folks think Ethereum is the silver, but with this Ethereum, although I hold Ethereum, I've been telling that uh, if there was one coin you want to buy, that's Bitcoin. And if you're looking at lower investment, then it's Litecoin. Ethereum is third or fourth on the list. The only reason is a lot of ICOs are built on Ethereum platform. Okay, and everything that's going on with the ICOs, there's more bad press on ICOs. Ethereum will take a hit, because Ethereum. If you read my articles, I wrote a number of articles on Ethereum. It is a platform as a service. It provides blockchain platform with smart contracts. Okay, so all these ICOs you see, majority of them are built on the Ethereum platform. And Litecoin is P2P, mostly as a currency asset, similar to Bitcoin. So that's the reason, I think Bitcoin and Litecoin will have more growth and will be more stable than Ethereum. Okay. The other coins I talked about yesterday in my video is Omisigo. NEO seems to be taking a hit because NEO is an ICO out of China. Okay. All the research I've done seems like NEO is the only one I came across that in the top 10 is from China. So if you hold NEO, which I do, I continue to hold, but in case you want to buy, you want to look at what's going on in the market before you invest. Okay. Again, this is not a financial advice. You do your own due diligence. I'm just giving you some insights based on what I see, and don't constitute that to be a financial advice. Do your own due diligence, and you leverage whatever risk you would like to. But just be aware that cryptos are extremely volatile. They go up pretty fast, they come down pretty fast. But on the whole, is a very good investment, and the technology is absolutely fascinating because it is using the latest and greatest technologies that we'll be seeing in future, which I think the coin term for it is Web 3.0. So if you're into the computer field and technologies, which I am, you want to stay close to this because this is where the industry is going. Okay, so one is from a technology standpoint and also from an investment standpoint. Okay, so that's kind of where things are. Again, most of what I've mentioned is on my blog here at daddydidcrypto.com. Feel free to browse and read these articles and the top 10 coins. Like I said, this time I covered the top 10 of Japan, Korea, China, India, and the US. Okay, so that's it for now. And if there are any questions, concerns, leave me a comment and reach out to me. We have different ways that you can reach me in social media. Will be traveling so uh, to India via China. So hopefully I'll get some time to catch up on the cryptos and provide some updates. And we'll talk to you soon again. Okay. Um, thank you, and have a nice rest of your day, and enjoy your time, and happy trading or investing in the cryptos. Uh, talk to you soon. Bye.